Now, a Target 12 investigators exclusive, priced out. Across Rhode Island, apartments are scarce and prices are soaring.
Target 12 investigator Ted Nesi dug into the numbers and what state leaders say they're doing about it. Ted joins us now with the exclusive story.
Experts say the problem is easy to understand but hard to fix. For years, Rhode Island has failed to build enough housing to keep up with demand, and now the effects are becoming clear. When Allie Bramhall decided to leave Boston 4 years ago, apartments in Providence looked like a relative bargain.
At first, I thought it was a dream come true moving here from Boston. The rent was so much cheaper than in the city.
But now she's hunting for a new place, and it's a different story.
I've been looking for almost 2 months now, and I mean, not only am I not finding anything, the apartments just aren't available, but also the prices have gone up so much more. I'd say like $400 or $500 per apartment.
Bramhall has plenty of company, according to Mac McDougall, a Providence realtor who specializes in apartments.
So you have a lot of people vying for the same supply, and there's the supply is down.
The result, rents are spiking. Target 12 reviewed data from a half-dozen groups that track the trends. According to the real estate firm Zillow, back in 2019, the typical rent for a Providence area apartment was just under $1,400. Today, it's almost $1,800. That's an increase of 24% in just 3 years. McDougall says the pandemic spurred more people to move to Rhode Island, plus more investors are buying apartment buildings, often raising the rent to cover what they paid.
Anyone that's even making the 27 to 60,000 range, they're hurting. They can't pay $1,600 for rent. I mean, that's a lot of money.
The problem has the attention of state leaders, including Representative June Speakman, chair of a commission studying the issue.
Do you think Rhode Island is currently experiencing a housing crisis?
Yes, clearly, because 1/3 of Rhode Islanders are cost burdened. They're paying more than 30% of their income on housing. Some are paying more than 50% of their income on housing.
Governor Dan McKee has proposed spending $250 million in federal relief money on affordable housing, while Speakman and other legislators have introduced bills that would make it easier for developers to build lower-cost units.
I'm hopeful that now that everyone's talking about it, there will be actually some action that follows the talk.
And what if there isn't? What would the outlook be?
Then mortgages are going to be, house costs are going to be more expensive, and rents are going to continue to rise, and folks will continue to be paying more of their income on housing and less on health care and food and all the other things that people have to pay for out of their monthly income.
As for Bramhall, she's adjusted her expectations and recently located an apartment that checks at least some of her boxes.
Although it's not perfect, it's as close to perfect as I think I'm going to get, and I did put an application in. I'm just waiting to hear back on that one.
And shortly after our interview, Allie Bramhall did secure the apartment she mentioned. Coming up new at 6, we break down which renters are eligible for hundreds of millions of dollars in federal aid and the #1 thing you can do to improve your chances of finding a new place. With the Target 12 investigators, Ted Nesi, 12 News.
New details in our Target 12 investigators exclusive, priced out. As we first reported at 5, soaring rents are making it hard to find an affordable apartment in Rhode Island.
New at 6, we break down who's eligible for over $300 million in federal rental aid and the #1 thing you can do to improve your odds in a tight market. Target 12 investigator Ted Nesi has the story.
Right now, it's estimated that only about 3 out of every 100 apartments are vacant in Greater Providence. The result, prices are rising fast.
I just keep finding the same apartments over and over again.
Searching for a new place to rent in Providence this spring, Allie Bramhall has been frustrated.
Maybe 1 or 2 come on to the market, each week, but they're just not available. There's nothing out there.
Realtor Mac McDougall says he works with many renters who feel the same way.
How does it feel for them as you talk to them about their experience?
A lot of times they're depressed. I mean, in this market, I've had people say, I don't know what I'm going to do.
According to the real estate firm Zillow, back in 2019, the typical rent for a Providence area apartment was just under $1,400. Today, it's almost $1,800. That's an increase of 24% in just 3 years. McDougall's #1 piece of advice to apartment hunters: build up your credit score.
That's what people are asking for, high credit score, good income, and that's what's going to make a difference in that person getting an apartment. along, besides another person that maybe doesn't have that.
You may qualify for help paying for rent.
For those struggling to pay the bills now, Congress has awarded Rhode Island $352 million for the Rent Relief RI program. $172 million had been handed out as of last week.
So rent relief has made it a lot easier. So that's a good thing.
Households are eligible if they earn up to 80% of area median income. That's just under $62,000 for 2 people. You need to show a risk of housing instability, such as a past due rent or utility bill, or by signing a form that says you're worried, and you need to have suffered economic hardship from the pandemic, whether that's losing a job or paying higher prices. Officials are urging people to apply soon, before the money runs out. Many experts say the only long-term solution to the rent crisis is to build more housing. Providence officials tell me there are almost 900 new apartments under construction in the capital city, while State House leaders are debating what they can do to spur development. With the Target 12 investigators, Ted Nesi, 12 News.